3 Phoenix police officers resign after forcing a teen to eat a gram of marijuana. This was during a traffic stop. Now, before we go into the story, we can show a picture of the 3 police officers. We have here the 3 officers that were involved in the incident. We have Richard Pina, we have Jason McFadden and Michael Carnicle. We do not have their supervisor that was indirectly involved. That was Jeff Farrior. But let's talk about what exactly happened that night during that traffic incident. So according to Reuters.com, quote, police said officers pulled over the motorist who was not identified for speeding in a 2002 BMW at about 3:30 a.m. and later discovered the drug in his car. They go on to say that faced with the officer's demand that he ate the gram of marijuana, the teenager popped it in his mouth and was subsequently issued a traffic ticket. Police said he reported feeling briefly ill from the drug. And then I think it's important to note, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, but first I want you guys to hear exactly how the Phoenix police chief got involved. Because he did investigate this. What happened was this teenager who's identified, the teenager then reported exactly what happened. And instead of the police chief, brushing it under the rug or taking the word from the police officers, he internally investigated it. And he found, well, let me read the quote from the police chief, quote, the allegations against these former officers are compelling, appalling, and extremely unprofessional. Appropriate action has been taken. He did say that he may charge these 3 officers criminal charges, so they face criminal charges possibly. And he also said that he had planned to fire them, but the 3 police officers, they resigned before he could fire them.
So I just want to be absolutely clear. The police chief did the right thing. It was their commanding officer that got demoted.
Yes,
so,
clear. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Now, I'm actually going to have a bit of a surprising opinion on this, I think. But first, I want to ask, how much is a gram of marijuana? I have no idea. I asked Jimmy.
3.5 grams to an eighth, I know that. But it's not much.
It's not much.
It's like enough to get you baked, for sure.
Is it like one?
But if you eat marijuana without first baking it in a fat-soluble substance like butter, it doesn't do anything to you.
Oh.
So you have to bake it with a fat, and somehow the THC...
Did they make him bake it?
The THC binds to the cannabinoids. I can't say that right.
Right.
And that's what, or the THC, and that's what gets you high. So if there's no fat and it's not baked, you eat it, nothing.
So you might feel sick, but not. You're
Yeah,
not
he
gonna,
felt probably a little upset tummy.
So it's like eating a joint, like a rolled joint, something of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I just wanted to ask
Yeah, I didn't know
Professor
either.
Pott on the science of it here. So my little surprising opinion, I guess, is like, I'm just so relieved they didn't shoot the kid. Like I feel like this is the least offensive police thing we've covered. And like, yeah, they got a little overzealous. They shouldn't have done that. I feel like this is old school cops misbehaving.
Wonder what the race of the kid was. We don't know.
This is almost cute.
Yeah,
This is cute compared to what we've been reporting.
right. And they got fired.
So I disagree only that like you look for signs, like like when you find out the serial killer killed the dogs. Like you're forcing a kid to eat a marijuana cigarette. What kind of policeman are you? What do you just take it from him? Just take it from him and send him on his way, or give him a traffic ticket, or whatever you're going to.
That's a really good point.
Like these guys.
What else has happened? What else have they done that has gone unnoticed or where they haven't been punished for?
They think it's funny to make somebody eat
No.
something.
Like,
they're not
let's
supposed
make
to
them eat it. Okay, let's make them.
Yeah, it's horrible. And
Of course it's bad. But look, maybe they thought it was funny. Maybe they thought, I get to do whatever I want, which is the more dangerous thing that you're alluding to, Ben. So there should definitely be sanctions. We don't even fire some cops who shoot people to death who are unarmed. So like it just feels weird to me that like this is the thing that broke the camel's back.
No, I'll take it because Chief Joseph Yahner there in Phoenix, he's like the anti-Joe Arpaio. It seems like I don't know anything about him. Maybe it's hard to believe that he works alongside Joe Arpaio, who's the sheriff of Maricopa County, which covers Phoenix, but the city is independent. So, and what I love also is that they resigned, and he was like, "Yeah, just so you know, I was going to fire."
Yeah.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a nice. He's like, I want just know as you talk about them, they basically got fired. They just beat me to the paperwork.
Here's I could be wrong about this too, but I think I remember reading about the Tamir Rice, that guy who shot him. He wasn't fired. All right, he was allowed to resign. I think if you're allowed to resign, you can go get a job somewhere else.
Probably matters.
And that's, I think, why they allowed them to resign, so they can go get a job somewhere else. And then he goes, well, I was going to fire him, so he looks like a good guy anyway. That's a possibility.
Well, he also did. I mean, you can't stop them from resigning
Right,
prior
that's
to you
right.
going through the process.
No,
of
they
firing
let
them.
them resign. But I would have let them resign.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So they can go get a job somewhere else as cops?
Yeah, I think so I am giving a 5-10% defense of this. Yeah.
They possibly may face criminal charges, though, too.
I hope
That's
so.
the case. I do, too. Now, question to you: you have your law degree. You practice law. So,
For like 3.5 seconds, but yeah.
well, I'm gonna
You did some bad
question
stuff
you.
for a while, didn't you?
I did.
So, do you know in situations like this where there is a report, does he? Now, we've seen in the past where many police departments, they're not transparent. Here we have a really great example of transparency. Does he have to name the police officers? Was that his choice, or was he legally obliged to? I'm curious if he went out on a limb and said, "I'm going to name them in this press conference."
Okay, so this gets to the pet peeve of every lawyer in the country. So
Okay.
let me explain. So in law school, they don't teach you any of the specific laws. They teach you generic constitutional law, civil law, torts, contracts, etc. And then every family and friend you have will ask you for the rest of time, so what's the law in Phoenix? I don't know the laws in Phoenix. Every jurisdiction has different laws, etc. So no, I wouldn't know it in this case.
Yeah.
It does depend on the state. It
Curious.
depends on the regulations of and by the way, I was a prosecutor just for 2 summers as an intern. So that's the 1.5 seconds. And the other was I was 7 months. I did corporate officers and directors liability litigation, meaning I protected CEOs when they did really crappy stuff.
Wow.
That's the bad things that Jimmy's talking about. But I couldn't do it, so I had to resign, right? And so that would have no bearing on this. Okay, police accountability. I don't know. It's a win. We'll take
It
the
is.
win.
We're going to take it.
You power the Young Turks. We do this all through membership. tytnetwork.com/join. Let's build the media that we can believe in.